in refereeing. There's what we call match management. Sometimes you look at stake in a game. You look at the status of the game. We all were here when Nigeria played Gabon in this just mini African qualifying tournament. When a referee called against Gabon, when a Nigerian player fouled a Gabonese player in our 18-yard box, VAR called that referee a million times, told him to look.
Watch Friendship TV right now.
We call it match management.
TV back again to the studios. A big one just finished at the Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won, Arsenal won. If you guys remember, before this game, we were here and a lot of noise, a lot of arguments. In fact, I was finding it difficult to end the stream because these Chelsea fans were going to get 6 points from this game. But the game has come and gone 1-1, 1 point apiece. Arsenal dropped 2 points. Chelsea dropped 2 points. Chelsea slipped into 4th position at the end of the weekend. Arsenal still on top of the league. And
See, I thought it was.
I have my usuals here, Umezi, Nimi, Chima, and my big brother Ubum here to make sense of this one, break it down, and continue from where we stopped before the game started. Guys, you are welcome to the show.
Can I say something, guys? Look, how are we having this conversation when only one of us has stayed top of the table, and then some people cannot maintain their position in second?
So, that's the last question. Is there any way? Because for me, from my perspective, I'm trying to do as objective as possible.
Yes.
The referee, I saw where he was when that action happened. There's no way he could have seen that tackle. I think he was behind Caicedo. Mm-hmm. So he gave a yellow card. The VAR looked at the incident, and we know the rules. They are very clear. Once
they're very clear.
Endangers a player's safety. Caicedo tackle was nowhere close to the ball, and it was high off Merino's.
And the studs were showing.
And the studs showed. So in that incident, is there any way that you might ask? Is there any way the referee could go to that screen and still be able to tell VAR that he's going to stand by his yellow card?
Yeah, well, I've seen. Hey guys, a pleasure to be on Transit again. I've seen this incident over and over on video, different angles, and anybody that watches that incident that sees that tackle, we know that it's supposed to first of all be an instant red. He went over the top. He stamped clearly on his ankle. That is an ankle breaker. Mm-hmm. Chima is my brother. Sometimes I wonder whether they gather Chelsea fans into a particular room that and totally take out their objectivity once anything comes to do with Chelsea. I've thought about it. I've tried to rationalize it. It doesn't make any sense. Now, sometimes you can admit, okay, it's my club. I have the passion as a fan. I can understand that, no problem. I'll see it from my club's perspective. But certain things are don't apply to that. One of them is this tackle. I've been all over the internet, from Facebook to Instagram to YouTube. I haven't seen any. Chima is the first person I'm seeing that's saying that the referee is not supposed to give a red card. Everybody agrees that it's a red card tackle. Yes, I know you're a Chelsea fan. It's okay, and that's fine. But it's clearly a red card tackle. And the referee, like Reggie said, did not even give a red. He gave a yellow. VAR calls him back and says, "Look at it again." All of us are still seeing it. If you put it up now and we all see it, tell me how game management means that somebody that gives somebody a tackle for leg breaking, that could easily break his ankle, should go free because you're trying to manage the game and keep everybody level versus a level.
Okay, please. I think that answer I should rebuttal.
Let's not be here till tomorrow. Let me rebuttal. No, please give me. He called my name. No. Give me that chance to rebuttal this. In as much as I never said that it is such
tackle, cannot be seen as a red card offense, I feel like the ref should call it both ways. First, with my little knowledge in refereeing, there's what we call match management. Sometimes you look at stake in a game, you look at the status of the game. We all were here when Nigeria played Gabon in this just mini African qualifying tournament, when a referee called against Gabon, when a Nigerian player fouled a Gabonese player in our 18-yard box. VAR called that referee a million times, told him to look at it. The referee looked at it and told the VAR that that he stood with his decision. That is what we call match management. You look at the stake of the game. You allow teams to win the game. You don't make decisions one side or the other. You don't belong to one side.
Okay,
if the referee, let me land with this. Let me land with this. If the referee was fair, he could have called that Ebo a red card so that we will know that he was fair on both sides. That was a severe Ebo. Look at that guy's chin. He almost broke it. Immediately show. So you call it both sides.
I think intent matters in these kind of situations. And with Caicedo, you can clearly see he had no intentions to go for the ball. Nkapie and Chaloba, unfortunately, were going for a ball. Nkapie being as combative and as it was, well, it wasn't. He's jumping. He has to leverage his body. That's the thing. It's unfortunate, but that was it. They're both very aggressive.
That you gave, if you were a Gabonese fan on national, will you have accepted that referee's decision?
Well, the truth is that your sentiment. I will always
see the issue is that that one we as Nigerians will benefited from that referee's error. But when VAR called him back, look at that incident, and even as a Nigerian, I was holding my breath because he could have gone with VAR and he would have been right. So when it goes your way. When it's wrong and it goes your way, you take it. But if it doesn't go your way and it's still right, you also have to take it.
So you agree with me? You agree with me that the referee could have still sticked on his yellow card?
That would be the wrong decision.
The wrong decision, though.
But it benefit Chelsea, and you will take it. That's what I'm saying. So when it goes your way and it's wrong, you will take it. But that doesn't mean that doesn't make it right.
That's a bad tackle any day of the week.
It was a bad one.
Day of the week.
I'm not. Get me right. I'm not against getting a red card for that. But what I'm saying is, why not get it both sides? Call it both sides. That Ebo was a red card for me.
The Nkapie was not.
Nkapie was not intentional.
So you think Caicedo went all the way just to hurt him? His intention was not to play the ball.
Caicedo's was very dangerous.
It was dangerous, but you think the intention was to not play the ball?
I mean, he wasn't going for the ball at all. Because he even followed through.
If you paid attention to the commentator, even before that incident, Plato had already said that Caicedo has the tendency to be rash, that he needs to slow down a little bit. Just 2 minutes before that tackle, and that didn't happen. So he has it in him, and he also knows that he has gotten red cards for this kind of tackles before in his career, about 2 or 3 times in the last season. So he's not. That's how Caicedo plays. He was a little bit too hyped for the game.
You see, can I just add some? You see, we in everything we do, we've got to try to learn lessons. When Granit Xhaka was playing for Arsenal, even Arsenal fans knew, I personally knew his tendency to go overboard, his tendency to be indisciplined at certain critical moments. He cost Arsenal quite a few games. Before, when Arteta came in, Arteta kind of reined him in, and he started seeing himself as a leader, became a bit more responsible, right? Caicedo, for all the plaudits he's getting, for all the, and rightly so, yeah, he deserves to be classified as perhaps the best defensive midfielder in the world. He needs to learn from today to watch how he tackles and how he manages. This guy could have helped Chelsea with an opportunity today to beat Arsenal. His absence on the pitch, right, left his teammates in a very bad situation, very difficult situation, made the game a lot more difficult for us, right? For his team. Now, Chelsea fans can talk all they like Chima is trying to talk here. Instead of telling Caicedo to calm down and help become the leader that he is by watching how he handles himself on the pitch. Many times he's gotten red cards for this. Not many times, quite a few times he's gotten red cards for this kind of tackle. He was fighting. He was clearly fired up for the game. I can understand that, right? But there's a fine line. There's a fine line between being fired up for the game and leading your team to victory by being on the pitch and by making the right decisions.
Let's get into the game. Let's end this section with Nimi. Do you have anything to say about officiating of this game?
I've been seeing everybody go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I wanted to seriously hear from Mr. Osborne. He's a professional referee. I've seen him call games before, and when the way he sounded and the way he put things into perspective, I do believe that was a red card, Chima. That was a stomp, and it was supposed to be a red card. I think the only thing Chima was saying is, as a Chelsea fan, referee use discretionary powers to say, you know what, I just, because of the stake of the game, you can, Chima, you can do that in, beer parlor games, maybe Houston Eagles versus, Mamba FC or anything. These are local games, but when it comes to international games like this, man, you have to stick with
the rules are the rules.
The rules are the rules. And again, Caicedo needs to tamper it down a little bit. Claude Makalele, the role model.
Yes.
Claude was a destroyer. One of the reasons why Makalele role is he timed the ball. And when you see documentary about before the ball will get to
the player,
he has already baited and knows the steps, and you can't just be making rash tackles. And I'm happy. Even at the start of the game, Cucurella had a yellow card. My hands were already on because he was going against Saka. I said, oh boy, and I know how Saka the whole ball, you hold the ball, really. I was already scared, but end up be all. I think the officiating was it was fair. If it happened to Chelsea, if it happened to Arsenal and happened to Chelsea, I will be the same way they are right now. But they say all die and I die. At the end of the day, we came up.
It was a great game. It was a great game.